All right, I'm Becklane, and this is Catalysting Company. Catalysting Company, where my hair does whatever it wants, and we just deal with it. But we're also catalysts in each other's lives as well as our own, and we work at being the artists we've always wanted to be, or we work together to be the artists we've always wanted to be. Something like that. I tell you a bunch of stories, and hopefully you can find something helpful in them. And despite, by the way, I have to caveat this video. Despite how this appears, I have actually showered between the last video I made, 3 days ago, and today, and changed my clothes. I just happen to like this sweatshirt, so I just wear it a lot. Anyway, behind me is one of the Fridas that I'm working on. As I explained in the last video, or 5, I'm kind of focused and obsessed right now with doing a full portfolio of Frida Kahlos, doing 55 of them as a matter of fact, which I think will take 5 to 6 months, depending on if I can get the canvases or not, and the supplies, or when I can get canvases rather, and supplies. But 55 of them to reflect the 55 self-portraits that she did. Although I'm not copying Frida's self-portraits, I'm taking photographs, doing what I normally do, which is take photographs that were taken of her and reproducing them in my style, because that's what I do in paintings. So this would be, I actually started numbering the canvases. This one is number 6. So this is obviously Frida seated outside of her house or her studio, and she's sitting in the sun kind of squinting. And the figure fit perfectly on this canvas. And as I explained in the last video also, I don't tell the reference material or the image that I'm going to produce that it will fit on this particular canvas. The reference material is the one that informs me how we will be operating on the size of the canvas we will be using and the colors that we will be using. The reference material is the boss, not me. I am just the conduit. So here we have Frida, and right now she's standing on her head. And this is a secret, a not so well kept secret, that I've kept not so well over the past 9-10 years of doing these videos. I really needed to see Frida in a different light, see all the complexities and details in the painting a little bit differently. So I've taken her and I've put her on her side, but on both sides, sidewaysy, like this. And then also, as you just saw, upside down. There she is sideways. And then again, upside down. Let me demonstrate what upside down means. There. Now you understand what upside down means. But upside down so I can see her new. Her face, really, I've got to delve into her face. But there's so many folds in her aprony, scarfy thing here, and then her skirt, that I needed to turn it upside down. I was making myself a little blind to the details with it just straight up. And I don't paint that way anyway. I'm constantly turning the canvas, and I always suggest to people that they turn the canvas so you see it with fresh eyes. And so that's what we started doing. I really do have to tackle her face, though. She's having a few issues of her own. But besides the aprony, skirty thing, as well as the primary skirt, I was also having trouble really seeing her hands and how to highlight them. With it just straight up and down, you're only thinking in that direction. And you're kind of, what I have found is that I'm repeating the thought and repeating the painting gestures and the brush strokes over and over and over again. And I'm not improving on it or making it feel correct. I'm just repeating. I'm just constantly repeating, like reading this, like a writer writing the exact same line over and over again on a page. What was that in The Shining? Jack, something about Jack needs more. Okay, I just lost the analogy. But anyway, instead of just painting or typing the image over and over, the same sentence, the same image over and over and over again, I take it and turn it so I can see it with fresh eyes, and then hopefully it works out in the end. Actually, let's see where we are. This is not the end, and as we move along in the painting, of course, everything will get corrected, everything will get readjusted. Let's take a peek. Yeah, we have more form and more shape and more lights and darks in her hands now, and we can see the fingers a little bit more clearly. They're not perfectly done. Doesn't matter. I've got quite a while to go. It'll be done when it's done, that's all. But it's her face. She looks like she has 5 o'clock shadow, and we're going to have to fix that. She looks extremely disgruntled and with 5 o'clock shadow. So I will be working on that probably next, and readjusting her face and the features and the lights and the darks to coordinate with the folds and things we have going on in the skirt. Again, this isn't done, but I've got to make sure, we have to make sure when we're painting that the project is done equally. Every square inch is done equally across the board. I know I've seen a lot of painters. I know a lot of painters who are very good at taking one section and working that to death, and then taking another section and working that to death, and it comes out great. I happen to not be able to work that way. As we've seen in other videos, I will focus on the face or the head, and that will end up relatively ginormous like we have here. And then the rest of the body is tiny, it's out of proportion, which sometimes can be fun, but not all the time. And I certainly don't want big head Frida going on. So I'm going to work in each section equally to help pull it together. Anywho, that's about it. There was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, if you've been on my Instagram page in the past 12 hours, probably 12 hours, I have been trying really hard to make stories, to make little story reels, just the little stories. And I made a bunch last night. I kept working on it till 3 o'clock in the morning. And for some reason, I thought it was my phone, and then it was my iPad, and this morning I went back on my PC. But I would add photos to the story as a creator. As having a creator page, add photos to my story, and then it's supposed to come out like a realish story. Like, you know, you click on the face, the icon-y thing at the top of the Instagram page, and you can see a shorter realish thing, REELISH. I had 3 attach, and then the rest disappeared, and I can't figure out what's going on. And a friend of mine, I was talking with a friend of mine on Facebook who said, you have 45 story posts up. I'm like, how did that even happen? So if you're on my Instagram page and it looks like utter chaos and there's a lot of me, I apologize. I apologize from the depths of my soul for being annoying. I've been on YouTube. I've been reading articles about how to do this. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do, but it still isn't working out. I know this is kind of a shocker dealing with me, but they're not quite working out right. I'll try. Hopefully I'll get this figured out soon, or I'll just do reels, because just post like one picture on the story board and just do reels the way I have been kind of doing. I want to figure this out. I hate not understanding something really simple or getting it wrong, so hopefully I'll figure it out. Anyway, that's it. I'm becklane. We've got Frida. I'm going to fix her 5 o'clock shadow, probably give her a shave in a little bit, maybe shower myself again. I'm not sure, but I'm becklane. This is Catalyst & Company. If you'd like to help support Catalyst & Company, maybe help me get more canvases for my Frida project. They're actually buy one, get 3 at Michael's till Sunday, I think, till tomorrow, actually, till Saturday. So I'd be over the moon happy. But anyway, if you'd like to help support Catalyst & Company, there's a ton of links down below, including TeePublic, where you can get images of my work printed on coffee mugs, tote bags, camera covers, phone covers, all kinds of things. There's also links to Patreon, where you can supply $5 a month, support as low as $5 a month, and you get a super surprise, or you get a gift at the end of the 5 months. Right now, I'm all the way up to 6 supporters. Look out, world! I'm taking Patreon by storm. But there's also links to Cash App, PayPal. I don't think I put my Zelle link up, but Cash App, PayPal. So if you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee or help me get a tube of paint or whatever, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, there's links to all the galleries. J. Louise at Blue Egg Gallery, which, by the way, we're planning a show for the spring or sometime in winter 2023, springish. I don't know what's going on. J. Louise at Blue Egg Gallery, Andrew and Mark at Chasing Galleries here in Sarasota, and of course Raphael Coelho up at Artfront Galleries in New Jersey. All right, ready? Here we go, Carrie. Cheer, cheer, meow, meow, meow.